Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm a diagnosed narcissist, but with that being said, keep in mind that I am not a licensed professional. So, with that out of the way, I hate my mental illness. Like, I really do. I hate it so much. I mean, I'm sure everybody does because, it gives difficulty in their lives and stuff. But this video, because yes, I am a diagnosed narcissist, I'm going to be sharing my experiences in terms of why I legitimately hate having this mental disorder. And a lot of the videos on my channel are more or less, I think, do a good job like demonstrating that. A lot of it is me showing the perspectives that, it gives me. But I guess I wanted to focus more on you know, my meta view of my, personality disorder, if that makes any sense. I mean, in my videos, I'm always like breaking things down anyway, but I thought I would sorta do something different if I can. I'm not necessarily going to be talking about like something, but I want to talk about, my own perspective of having my mental illness itself. And yeah, it's the absolute worst. I am legitimately so miserable all the time. And I know I've said that I'm not a licensed professional. And yeah, I am not a licensed professional, obviously. But I do think that I provide a realistic depiction of what it's like to have this. And the reason I'm bringing that up is, I don't know, maybe a bunch of like ignorant people that might be watching might think to themselves that everything would be so much easier if they were a narcissist, if they were a bit more narcissistic, or maybe they mean to say they wish they were just, slightly a bit more confident. Yeah, that'd be fair. I wish I was a bit more confident myself. I mean, I'm pretty confident, I think, because I have a persona that compels me to be confident, or at least try to be confident. But in actuality, being a narcissist is extreme insecurity. So I think it's really funny when a lot of people have this like misconception where, oh, you can't be a narcissist if you're incredibly self-loathing, if you're like incredibly insecure. But they're just too stupid to understand that the reason narcissistic personality disorder happens in the first place is because the narcissistic shield, yes, is exactly that. It's a shield. It's a compensation to attempt to detach and, separate from the insane feelings of, yes, insecurity and a lot of self-loathing. I legitimately like hate myself, if that's like one of the, truest things that I can feel. I am so insecure. I hate myself so much. I hate the world and I hate everything, which I kind of think is, super funny about it because I'm talking about why I don't like having my mental illness itself. So I think it makes sense that I hate my mental illness as well, obviously, like just like anybody else could. But it's like, is that even from me? Or is that just like, okay, yeah, since I know I'm a narcissist, I'm kind of disgusted by everything. And yes, I'm trying my best to like talk about like personal experiences. Like a lot of like the talk about like NPD or maybe even like cluster B disorders in general is like all this like annoying like pop psychology stuff where it almost sounds like they're, writing fan fiction. And I'm being kind of dramatic right now, so I hate that I'm kind of like, contributing to that. Like I'm saying this because like you're not gonna like look at the, symptoms and criteria for NPD and see, oh, I hate everything. But um, speaking from my personal experiences, I think like that sums up, a good way, I think, of what it's like experiencing my narcissistic personality disorder. It's because, yeah, I hate everything because I'm so insecure and I can't trust anything or anybody. And I live every single day in a state of doubt almost. And I never know if I have like an authentic experience because even when I say that, like maybe my truest form is just my insecure self, my self-loathing self, my miserable self, it doesn't. get me anywhere, at least like in the currency of this world. I don't have a lot of friends. I don't have a lot of relationships in general. And I think if I were to face it, a lot of it has to do with my personality disorder as well. And I kind of just think that everybody that can't deal with my pessimism is just a moron because they do say ignorance is bliss, right? But like it's this insecurity where I can't trust myself because I don't see myself. I can't give myself to anybody, maybe because I live in the world. And if I notice that people aren't as miserable as I am kind of just compelled to think that, they're stupid. Like, we exist in this, horrible universe. We exist in this, incredibly terrible existence. And it's like people have the nerve to go around acting as though everything is fine when it's not. And yeah, you're going to say it's like my insecurity or whatever. And yeah, sure, I guess it is. But this is my experience. Like every single day, I hate the flashiness of the world. I hate the insistence of the world, and I can't even stick within myself in any like peace or solace at all. Because I always think that, all right, I'm too good for the world. And let's say that's a good like narcissistic compensation. It helps me feel better temporarily. But then where did I build it up from? My emptiness, my insecurity. So I don't feel secure within myself. I really don't know if I can be secure with another person or even any passion or goal in this life because I'm so insecure that I feel like I'm drowning in everything. Like like I like as a narcissist, I think I would describe it like this. It feels like every single direction I'm going, I'm like melting into quicksand, but I have the stamina to keep being miserable. That's the thing that's so nonsensical. I mean, I heard cluster B people have a higher risk of suicide than like most people, so maybe I shouldn't entirely be saying that. Well, okay, but I'm alive right now. I'm alive right now, and at least for a good amount of years, my entire life, if I'm being, honest, it just feels like I'm, you know, like putting like trying to stick my head above something that's trying to suffocate me. And I wallow in my self pity, I wallow in my misery and my self hatred, and then I'm slowly going back down to, suffocate. But then I create maybe like a narcissistic defense where I'm just like, why would this get to me? Why would anyone or anything, the world, whatever it is, like get to me? Because I'm already super great. And it holds me up as much as it can, but then it, goes back down. So I'm splitting constantly, and I never feel like I'm in charge of my mood, honestly, because nothing feels real. Nothing ever feels like an authentic experience. I'm so miserable to the point where I'm just empty. I don't know if that's like a shield that like our biology naturally does. Like you experience too much pain, it just like numbs out or something. But I mean, nothing feels real, and I'm not authentic or nothing feels authentic. And I feel like I'm just part of smoking mirrors. Is that a way to put it? And I think everything and everyone is just a part of like yeah, smoke within mirrors or something. And it's like they don't realize it. And I'm just so astonished that a lot of people do live their lives thinking that this is fine, and it's not. But if I dare to be myself, if I dare to be, vulnerable, in a lot of ways it can be repulsive to a lot of people because, oh God, that's so negative. But then I don't feel compelled to change at all. Like, I don't know, somebody might say, like, okay, you can see why your behavior might be off putting. Like, the things you say might be, you know, off putting or whatever. But then I don't even see that as me. Like I see it as just like I feel like a reflection to just how like disgusting humanity is. Well, I mean, truly, I think everybody is a reflection as to like how disgusting humanity is. But I've noticed within like other people is that they're so good at, lying to themselves. And I feel like because I just live in the honest truth of how like disgusting reality is, I'm so empty and I feel like I have like no sense of self. I have nothing to bounce back on people's like made up like fake personas, whatever, or like their identities that they think are so integral. I'm actually like a blank slate. So because I'm a blank slate, I can filter out everything that is so fake, and I just truly see how like disgusting, stupid, and miserable everything truly is. And it's like a lot of people are only smart enough to grasp that like, oh, we have our ups and downs. Sometimes, things don't always like work out. But I mean, if they had any sense, if you ask me, then actually things don't always work out how we want 24/7, and it never stops. And we're actually in this, in this decaying process of like complete nothingness. And every day that's lived, another lie just, disappears. Because we're all gonna die. So that it's like that's the only thing that like actually makes sense. Like an erasure of something. Well, but then again, matter cannot be created nor destroyed, right? So our particles are like whatever. It's yeah, actually, yeah, no, no, I take that back. Yeah, because like that's what I mean. Actually, see, I filter through anything positive because I know that's just cope. I know that's just so yeah, matter cannot be created nor destroyed. So even once we die and the universe dies, it just recycles itself, and then we go through this like same thing again. And because I'm saying that like it's actually misery, just like 24/7. We exist to be infinitely miserable, and yeah, that's it. And if people were truly honest with themselves, there is no such thing as like true, authentic happiness. I said in my bipolar bipolar versus like NPD comparison video, and I'm gonna say it again now that yeah, there is no such thing as authentic happiness if like people are actually being honest about it. Like happiness, as close as it can come, is truly just the absence of acknowledging pain. But that's why people are always on the search for meaning, right? That's why people are always on the search for like, satisfaction, because like all there truly is just a state of like constant boredom, if not misery. So that's why I'm saying that, real happiness, if you could even call that real happiness, is just like the, not acknowledging any kind of pain. So when you think about it, just like how like people numb out when they're like too miserable, happiness is also just a way to numb from pain as well. It doesn't matter what kind of happiness it is. It doesn't matter if you want to say that like oh, I know the true way to like satisfaction and not just like goofing around or something, or like whatever. It's all just to numb out. Everything is just, numbing out up until the point where we're so numb, which is the end point, and that's just, death, which in a way seems like should have been our true state, perhaps, because life is a joke. Life is a joke. Life is a joke.